It is Super Bowl weekend here for Bronson Moreau, and if there wasn't, enough fire underneath him to come in and have a good game, well, the yearly awards definitely lit that fire. After a phenomenal season cleaning up a lot of the poor aspects of his game, he came up short for the league MVP to Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback in which we'll be playing against today. Additionally, he also lost out for Offensive Player of the Year, Brandon Ayuk and DK Metcalf above Moreau, despite all of Metcalf's production coming directly from Moreau. And then the last bit of disrespect, Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts received more votes for best quarterback than Bronson, despite Bronson being second in the running for MVP, the highest of any NFC player. So as Bronson tries to finish Season 2 strong, a Super Bowl win, he will have to dethrone Patrick Mahomes, the 3-seed Chiefs, who made it all the way from the wild card to the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, we got that first round bye, though we defended that by beating the Eagles last episode, who we stole that first round bye from. And that ultimate prize still sits in front of us, the Lombardi Trophy, as we head on in to Bronson's first ever Super Bowl appearance. And it will be defense out first. Can we stop Patrick Mahomes? Well, it's a gain of 11 followed by a gain of 4, 2 straight passes as Mahomes then rushes, leaving 3rd and 2. Converted by Isaiah Pacheco, just shy of midfield, and a sack comes in Montez Sweat. 2nd and 17, though Kelce will pick up 8. 3rd and long, no problem. Big play for Kelce. Gets him down inside the 35. One rush as a penalty comes in, make it 2nd and 14. They pick up the 4, and it would be a stop thereafter or a turnover. Again, really wish that we got more information on what happens for the defense, but we start at the 40. 0-0 ball game as we go a little bit of some play action. Get this one out to Disley, who's not gonna slip the tackle. He picks up 4. Now, as we saw last game, Fant was out. That remains the case. So Disley's going to have to come in and put together a really good game. He did well in the conference championship, and JSN runs behind the line to gain. Looked like we should have had it, but instead it will be 3rd and inches. Hard count, no one jumps. Disley going to motion in. Look for a crackback block, and we'll pick it up with Walker. We'll mark that gain of 6 as we get to the opposite 44. Gonna try to get a little bit of that running game in today, but really it's just taking what they give us as we just gifted them a big play. Moreau might be the only one who could get the tackle, though he slipped. DK can't stop it either. Looked like we should have had Disley, but Marcus May, pick 6. Definitely not the start we were looking for here with Moreau. Honestly, whoever looks to throw a pick 6 early on in one of these big games, as it's a jump ball tipped away Nick Bolton. Maybe just a little bit too eager on that throw. Wait a split second, then it probably opens up a little bit more. Obviously, Moreau wants to answer back from that pick 6. But in order to do that, we first got to convert a 3rd and 9 following the minimal gain on 2nd. Hard count. They bring a little bit of a blitz. We get DK to the outside, but it's overthrown. Not a good start here for our quarterback. That is 2 passes we know he could hit. Luckily, Mahomes throws away here on 1st, though Kelce comes in for 20. They've got a really good offense, and we can't afford to continually miss out on these opportunities and gift opportunities as we've done. Another 3rd down conversion gets them down to the 34. 6 goes Isaiah Pacheco through the air. Then a rush to pick up the 1st down, sending us to the 2nd quarter. Thrown away again on 1st. They're down at the 23. And a fresh set of downs makes it 1st and 10 at the 12, and Sky Moore finds those 12. We are now down 2 scores. That means it is go time here for Bronson. No more mistakes. because we're going to need a little bit of help from our defense along the way. As he'll look to scramble, he slides down, picking up that first down, gain of 11, as he's got his offense in hurry-up mode. They do walk the safety down to the right-hand side. Bronson will slide the line that way. He's got a couple more options to the left-hand side. They don't end up bringing the extra, but there goes Jones. Forces the scramble, picking up the first down, about a gain of 15 or so for Bronson, who gets back to the line quickly. 1st and 10, just looking for another simple play, but it keeps opening up, though not as much that time, just a gain of 1. With the momentum slowed there, we'll head into a huddle, come out with a bunch to the right-hand side. Metcalf goes to the left. 2nd and 9. Pass rush, getting back there. Karlaftis will split that one. It's a loss of 2, leaving 3rd and 11. Bronson still not able to get anyone to jump off as we go with the deep end. It's 4th and 1. Offense will stay on out, getting back to the line very quickly, as we will go with a handoff and a first down rush from Walker. Not able to break away from that bunch, though close. It's a good time to go for it, though. Converting that was huge, as they do send the 2 safeties down. So we're going to make a check then. A little bit of an RPO. Disley might leak out under, or, yeah, we'll go with Disley. Get a block from Lockett, who he kind of has to jump over. It's a gain of 4, which typically has been one of our better rushes. Just trying to do whatever we can, switch up play calls, keep this defense guessing. Moreau hard counts again. Pressure on the way, and he eats the sack. 3rd and 12. Karlaftis back there again. This is definitely not the game in which we need our offensive line to collapse. They did so well in the playoffs. Early movement, are they going to get Jones, or are they going to get our guard? It's going to be our guard. Not exactly the player we were hoping to get early movement from. Got a switch concept to the right-hand side with all receivers, no tight ends. Disley not exactly the fastest of the bunch, though we've got Lockett with some space, who gets the catch, shakes a couple tackles, and into the end zone. 3rd and forever. Gets us on the board. Heck of a throw from Moreau. Heck of a play from Tyler Lockett. Shakes off the big hit following the catch, and honestly, it's the second hit that keeps him up and into the end zone. Now is just really when we need that stop from our defense, as we're about 3.5 minutes left in this half. Kelsey's had himself a pretty good game. I don't think he's had a single catch less than 10 yards, though Thuney injured on the play. 2nd and 13, a sack from Montez Sweat. It's 3rd and 20, and we are getting the ball back. And not only are we getting the ball back, we're getting the ball at our own 21. A chance to quickly erase the deficit we put ourselves in, as we've got DK towards the back of the end zone. That's another miss for Moreau. Just a little too antsy out there. He's missing the clear opportunities. 2nd and 10. A little bit of some play action, as we've got our guy coming across. Smith-Njigba turning up, diving into the end zone. We have tied this game. 14-14 before halftime. Maybe with another quick stop, we might have another opportunity. Oh, it's gonna greatly depend on what the Chiefs do. They start with 14, or actually 13, Rashee Rice. As they follow it, Kelsey under 10 yards this time. They're letting the clock roll. Both teams do have all their timeouts. Drop. Do they punt? They do. We have just under a minute and a half back at the 20 to try to find a lead here. And that means we got to play some smart football. I like the delayed release here from Walker, just to give us a little bit of some extra blocking, because obviously that's been a little bit of a problem. As we slide down just shy of the first down, we're going to be a little bit of some hurry up here. Going to send the bunch to the right-hand side. Disley goes to the left. Playing off coverage, might look for maybe some more of these underneath throws, as they do bring the blitz this time. Rolling, we got our guy wide open across the middle, on the move. A perfect throw for Bronson. We'll call that first timeout there at the opposite 39. Considering some of the throws he had earlier, that is a big, big answer. We'll go with Walker here. Halfback screen, gonna get a couple blockers in front. Stumble on the get, we get 6. Now we'll elect not to call a timeout there. We're in field goal range, still have 2 timeouts left. As once again, they bring the blitz. We've got our guy DK for the touchdown lead. A very slow start here for Bronson, but 3 straight touchdown drives. Big thanks to the defense along the way, as it's a perfect loss, a little bit behind DK. He makes the adjustment. And with just about 15 seconds, can we not? Okay, perfect. Tackle for a loss of 4. Love it. I was trying to say, can we not let Mahomes do anything? And that we didn't. On top of it, we start off with the ball in the second half. It's Walker right down the middle, had to push, picks up 3. Only 4 carries for him up to this point. Obviously, we had to do a lot to get back into this game, and that we definitely have. As Disley has a nice cut, throw it to the outside. That's a nice big gain for us. Moreau 10 of 14. But of course, a lot of that coming in that second quarter. It was a big quarter for him. Need to keep that momentum going as we go back to Walker. Bounces it to the outside. He shakes one, but not able to stay in bounds. First down rush, though. Trying to vary our attack now. Change up the formations a little bit. We go pistol. Didn't run any of this in that first half. As is thrown late. Honestly, the hit there probably saved what could have been another pick 6. Well, that time I will thank the offensive line for their poor blocking. 2nd and 10. Go back to the running game here. Walker, he looks to cut, and Moreau tried to throw a shoulder, but his guy was already being tackled. Maybe try to throw a block before the tackle starts. 3rd and 11. Back at the 42. Would be probably outside of field goal range. As we'll go with a dump off here that might put us into it. At the 37, took the quickest read possible. Now, will it be field goal range? Or coach will just say, never mind field goal range. This is the Super Bowl. We are going for it. 4th and 6. And Jones forces the fumble. Moreau gets up, but not going to get the tap down. Essentially, it's a punt that goes nowhere. That time, we will not thank the offensive line for poor blocking. Kelsey, Rice, 2 big gains, already down to the 11. Knocked away by Friedman. He's one of our rookies. But a touchdown the following play. We've got ourselves a tie game yet again. And so far, both turnovers from Moreau have resulted in touchdowns. Got to clean that up as we go Walker down the gut. He picks up 2. I'll say so far, seems like the box is not a great spot for us to attack. Though as I say that, we have slants dialed up. See if that remains true as we throw it quickly. Disley can't hold on to it. Jarred free. With a 3rd and 8. It is a stacked box here. Most of everyone to the right-hand side matching the tight ends. We got DK with off coverage to the left-hand side. As Moreau, he goes to roll early. Throws behind Ellison. He gets the catch, but he does not get the first. Moreau tried to play the linebacker there, but the linebacker played Moreau. With that, it'll end up being another punt. Chiefs take over, a chance to retake a lead here if our defense can't get a stop with an early 3rd and 8. It's 11 for Kadarius Toney, actually holding on to the pass here. Sky Moore picks up 14. They've got a good amount of chunk plays. So have we. Honestly, both offenses playing pretty similar outside of the turnover department. Thrown away by Mahomes. 2nd and 10. They get 8 to Moore, leaving 3rd and 2. First down rush, Isaiah Pacheco as they're down inside the 30. Rice picks up 5 more. And it would appear a turnover to follow. So maybe they are having just as many costly turnovers as ourselves. We just have to make sure that we answer with those. 1st and 10. Stepping up in the pocket, looking to run. Moreau slides down safely, picking up a first down, though we'll not have time to get another snap off here. We head to the 4th quarter. Super Bowl champion will be decided within the next 8 minutes. And it'll either be the first for a young quarterback or another for honestly still a pretty young quarterback. As we hand it off, Walker, he will pick up 6. Or check that, actually 7. They give us an extra yard there, leaving us with 2nd and 3. So we're going to look for a little bit of some play action here. Single high safety, that's the area we're going to attack. As it's really good coverage downfield. Look for the dump off, slipping the tackle, speeding down and getting us to the opposite 38. Big play there from Smith and Jigba, and good spot to throw it from Moreau. Kept it low so no play could be made on it. from the corner. If anything, would have just been knocked away as Moreau scrambles, sliding down here just outside the 20. Obviously, for Moreau, the legs have been just as big of a part of his game as that arm has. Haven't seen him do anything crazy with the scrambling, just some simple rushes down the gut as he tries again, limited to just 3. But it does at least get us to the red zone for 2nd and 7 as we go 2 to the left, 1 to the right. A lot of single high safety here as we will roll. We got space to the outside. Moreau can scamper his way into the end zone. Once again, we take a lead here in the Super Bowl. Can the defense hold on and the offense put it away? That will be decided here shortly. It's a touchback for Ross. They start at the 25, though it's an immediate gain of 9. They haven't had too many short gains, I would say. A couple losses. Turnovers have been detrimental to both sides. Knocked away by Yasin. 3rd and 6, knocked away by Sweat. 4th and 6, penalty. Gives them not a free first down, but they do pick it up with a 4th and 1. Keeping their drive going. Derek Hall then knocks it away. 2nd and 10, 4 goes to Tony. Another 3rd down. Sack from Sweat. 4th and 12. Defense gets the stop. That means indeed it is up to our offense to put this game away. We will start with Walker. A little bit of a push and a face mask coming in on Nick Bolton. Give us a free first down. We will take that for sure, putting us into field goal range on top of it. Chance to widen our lead to 2 score. As we go the weak side stretch, no gain. Chiefs have had a pretty decent defense today, just missed out on a couple different plays. That's really the difference in this one. As once again, it's Jones who's going to get back there. We will take the sack, let the clock run here for a 3rd and long. With us at the 36, this should be field goal range. We have an RPO drawn up here. And we will get it out to Smith and Jigba, try to get a couple blocks. He's not going to quite get the edge, but he makes it a 4th and 3 at the 26. That should be a chip shot here for us. Not playing for the first down there, but playing smartly. And coach is giving us the decision. I want the special teams unit to come out here, put us up by 10. That is the smart decision as we're approaching the 2-minute warning. We will kick it beforehand, and it's good. Obviously, we could have tried, as we do get a sack from Tranquil, to get that first down, put the game on ice. But if we miss that opportunity, it's a touchdown game with Mahomes. Don't trust it. As we can see here, they are marching. Under a minute, Mahomes rushes, picking up 4. 2nd and 6, knocked away by Murray Jr. down at the 26. 20-yard gain, 6 left. And it's a touchdown for Sky Moore. That is exactly why we took the field goal. But we get the onside. They only have 2 timeouts. So that means Moreau can head on out in victory formation. Take that final kneel. And we are Super Bowl champions. 31-28. Bronson Moreau helps the Seahawks dethrone Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, overcoming a really poor start to this game. Some turnovers mixed in throughout the remainder. Both sides struggled with some turnovers. Chiefs left a lot of points out there. So did we. But at the end of the day, that Lombardi Trophy is coming back to Seattle. And we could thank a whole lot of players from this season. I mean, obviously, Metcalf, he finished above us in the standings for being the Offensive Player of the Year. But at the end of it, Lombardi Trophy is what matters the most. And Bronson Moreau is Super Bowl champion. Many different touchdowns, 3 of which coming in that second quarter. A couple more spread throughout. He took it with his legs, really, in that second half. Started to drain some clock. Big plays from his receivers. O-line. Yeah, it's the O-line. But Kenneth Walker, he helped out along the way. Defense was several big stops. And at the end of the day, we are victorious. Now, of course, before we end the season, we have to check in on those stats And Moreau finished third in passing yards, so I guess it makes sense why Mahomes got the MVP over Moreau. He threw essentially 130-ish more yards than he did. He had 2 more touchdowns, but far fewer turnovers. Unfortunately, I think he had some of those in the Super Bowl that costed him the Lombardi. As for Josh Allen, he had, a handful more passing yards, same amount of touchdowns, fewer interceptions, slightly better completion percentage. So it wasn't as dominant of a season for Moreau, but a lot cleaner. As for rushing, though, by far he was the best quarterback to do that. He put himself actually, I would say, in the top 15 or so for even running back yards. And on top of that, he also led his offense to be the 3rd most productive offense in terms of total yards. In just passing yards, we were the 7th best, getting over 4,000. As for rushing, we are just outside the top 10, and that is largely thanks to Moreau, as we had 2,100 yards. Moreau accounted for 1,200, at least, of that. But as for now, this is where the series stands. We are going to take a short break from this series. I don't know if it's just going to be for one typical upload day or if we're going to take off the whole next week, because I want to talk a little bit about EA Sports College Football. I have a couple things I want to announce for that, some things that I'm basically getting set up for, talk about the game a little bit because we haven't done that on this channel, and it's definitely coming. It's about a month away. So stay tuned for the channel. We will be back for Moreau's 3rd year. We have to try to defend our Super Bowl championship for at least one season. You can let me know how much you want to see this series either continue or not continue down below, and I'll take that into account for the break that we take. If again, it's just that one day or full week, we will still have the Marylavania State Only Challenge next week as we are headed to the Super Bowl there as well. And what will be the series finale, win or lose. We then will start the next state-only challenge on Thursday, as we just have 2 more groups of states to go through. So that whole series coming to a close shortly. So stay tuned. Hit that subscription button either down below, bear icon in the bottom right, and definitely tap that bell icon down below so you're notified of when this series, those NCAA or college football ones are talked about, or the state-only challenges come on out. Well, we'll see you guys next time for next week's surprise video.